Here.
Commissioner Lawson,
Here.
Commissioner Reed,
Here.
Commissioner Rodriguez-Elkins,
Here.
Commissioner Sperber,
Here.
Assistant City Attorney Brendan Sindall,
Here.
Community Justice Director Matthew Drinkwater.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Mr. Drinkwater, can I ask you to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Absolutely, Madam Chair. Please stand and join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On to our next item. Next item is public comment. I will open the public comment. Anybody in the audience wishing to make public comment? Wow.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Wow. Going once, twice. Okay, we're gonna close public comment. Next up on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion, please? Yes,
Motion to approve, or is it already up? I'll move.
there we go.
Yeah.
I have a motion by Commissioner Reed and a second by Commissioner Pritzots. And can cast your votes, please. I have unanimous passage. Thank you. Next up is consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve the minutes of the Planning Commission study session held on Tuesday, June 13th, 2023, and the Planning Commission meeting held on Thursday, June 15th, 2023. Get a motion, please. There we go.
Trying to, it's really slow.
Yeah. We have a motion by Commissioner Reed and a second by Commissioner Sperber or Commissioner Reed.
Do you want me to
Yes, please.
say it? I move to approve the minutes of the Planning Commission study session held on Tuesday, June 13th, 2023, and the Planning Commission meeting held on Thursday, June 15th, 2023.
Votes, we have a unanimous passage on that one as well. Next up on the agenda, we have our only public hearing item, PCN 23-0005/CU 23-0004. Danny, take it away.
Good evening, Chair Kramer, members of the Planning Commission. I'm Danny Ray, Senior Planner. And let's see, get to my page. You're too quick for me today.
That's all right, take your time. Because we're like 3 minutes into this whole meeting, so go ahead. We have plenty of time.
Don't jinx this.
Okay, so we're here to consider a conditional use permit for a minor recreational facility at 865 Deming Way. Site's generally located north of Cleppy Lane, west of Deming Way, and south of East Glendale Avenue. The 1.1 acre site is outlined here in red. It is part of a larger 4 acre site, which is currently separate parcels, but that was parceled last year, in fact, quite recently. And there is a common parking and access easement associated with this project. So the proposed facility will include batting cages, pitching tunnels, golf swing practice areas, and other related athletic training activities. So a minor recreation facility is a permitted use in the industrial zoning district with approval of a conditional use permit. Conditional use permit, the main purpose of that is to determine if there are any additional impacts from the use to the surrounding uses or buildings. This complex contains a variety of businesses engaged mainly in warehousing and distribution, and there is a marijuana cultivation facility there as well. Let's see. So while the total leased tenant space area is 13,608 square feet, the minor recreational use will only comprise 8,251. The remaining area will be split between the office and warehouse storage space. Required parking per the Sparks Municipal Code is 45 spaces. There are 81 spaces existing on the site that this applicant has access to. The restriction of hours of operation per condition number 3 will reduce the amount of operational overlap between this use and the existing industrial uses, thereby limiting any potential conflict. As such, staff does not anticipate that parking demand created by this use will have any detrimental or negative impacts or conflicts with other uses or the available parking. As per the minor recreation facility, the Planning Commission heard just a few months ago, condition number 4 requires the applicant provide an updated parking analysis should the by right uses intensify on the site. At that time, the Planning Commission may add more stringent conditions or even revoke the CUP. With the background and analysis concluded, I'm going to transition over to the findings now. The finding C1 is concerned with conformance with the comprehensive plan. Title 20 of the Sparks Municipal Code allows the minor recreational facility use to be located in the industrial zoning district through the approval of a CUP, which allows for an environment in which small businesses can utilize existing buildings, contributing to goal EV4. The approval of this CUP would allow for the establishment of an athletic training facility in an industrial area where existing industrial uses don't often operate during the proposed minor recreational uses hours of operation. As such, with the proposed conditions, these off hours will ensure the use does not interfere with the existing operations at the site and will provide a greater likelihood of compatibility, contributing to goals MG1 and MG2. So finding C2 is concerned with compatibility with surrounding properties. So the surrounding uses in the industrial zoning district are warehousing and distribution, as well as that marijuana cultivation facility. All are low-intensity uses operate during typical daytime working hours. While indoor recreation uses such as batting cages and golf swing bays are not always compatible with adjacent by right uses, the off-hours nature of this business will integrate the existing uses of adjacent properties because the impacts associated with the proposed operation will occur in the evenings when traditional users are closed for the day, as well as weekends. Finding C3 is concerned with impacts to natural resources. Natural resources are typically considered to be air and water, and this use does not produce any negative impact directly to these resources since the subject site has already been previously developed with a commercial office building. No new construction is proposed. Finding C4 is considered with addressing identified impacts. As previously stated in this presentation, staff and the applicants have addressed identified impacts in the following ways. The proposed use will generate a demand for 45 parking spaces, and 81 are provided on the site, exceeding that which is required by the Sparks Municipal Code. Condition number 3 restricts the hours of operation to that which is outside the surrounding use's normal business hours. The anticipated number of PM trips is minimal and will not require any off-site improvements to the roadways. And condition number 4 will place the burden of any parking provision on this discretionary use as opposed to the by right uses and protect by right uses in the long term. And public notice was given on July 5th of 2023 as prescribed by NRS and the Sparks Municipal Code. As of noon today, staff has only received 1 inquiry and no public comment. So staff does recommend that the Planning Commission approve this request. I've provided the recommended motion on the screen. This concludes my presentation. I'm here to answer any questions, as is the applicant.
Do we have any questions for Danny?
I have one question.
Go ahead.
Could you go back to the parcel map and just show me where the location of the marijuana plant is?
I was wondering about that too.
Sure, it's right up in here. It's in the
Okay.
far left corner.
Okay, and it's a plant, it's not a dispensary, right?
No, it is not a
It's just a
dispensary, it's
plant,
just the cultivation
Right,
facility, yeah.
Any questions, applicant? Do you have anything to add?
I'm good, I think she did a great job.
Okay, do I have any questions for the applicant? Since this is a public hearing, we will open it for comments from the public. Since anybody in the public wishing to make comment on this? Seeing none, I'm going to close public comment on this item. Bring it back to the board. Any further discussion by the board on this particular item?
No.
Okay. All right. I am ready to entertain a motion then. Commissioner Rawson.
I move to approve the condition use permit PCN 23-005/CU 23-004 to allow for the establishment of a minor recreational based on finding C1 through C5 and the facts supporting these findings as set forth in the staff report, and subject to the 4 conditions of approval as listed in the staff report.
Second.
I have a second by Commissioner Pritzos. Thank you. Any further discussion before we move forward? All right. And cast your votes. Thank you, Danny. It passes unanimously. Thank you. Moving on to general business. So, as we discussed in our study session on Tuesday, this was brought to us last month before last, I can't remember when, I believe it was May. And this is consideration and possible recommendation to the mayor of a planning commissioner to serve a 3-year term on the Truckee Meadows Regional Planning Commission following confirmation by the city council for the term effective immediately and ending June 30th, 2026 from the following pool of applicants listed in alphabetical order: Carl Nieberlein, Evan Pritzos, Mike Rawson, Ricky Rodriguez Elkins, and Steven Sperber. And this vacancy is to replace Commissioner West's vacated seat for possible action. So as we discussed on Tuesday, Commissioner Reed and myself currently sit on the Regional Planning Commission. Commissioner Rawsons and Pritzos have already stated that they are unwilling and unable to sit on the board. Commissioner Rodriguez Elkins has so much on her plate at this particular point in time that it is unfair to her to burden her with this particular appointment, as we had tried to do earlier. And so this was kicked back by the mayor. And it's down to Commissioner Nieberlein and Commissioner Sperber. And although Commissioner Sperber, it's nothing against you, you are the newest of the newest members, you and Commissioner Rodriguez Elkins. Commissioner Nieberlein has graciously accepted that. So I need a motion from somebody aside from me to recommend Commissioner Nieberlein to take that on. So Commissioner Rodriguez Elkins.
Fast.
So read it. I move to recommend Planning Commissioner Carl Nieberlein to serve on the Truckee Meadows Regional Planning Commission effective immediately and ending June 30th, 2026.
And I'll second that.
Thank you very much. And can I get a vote? Thank you. And that passes unanimously. Congratulations, Commissioner Nieberlein. That will go to the mayor, Mr. Drinkwater.
Yes. We anticipate bringing that forward to the city council, the first meeting in August.
Okay,
which would be, Mr. Crittenden, help me out, August.
August 14th,
14th.
the first meeting in August, right, the second meeting.
Yeah.
okay, all right. So upon that, you will be, upon approval, that appointment will be done. In speaking with Mr. Rundle, then our next meeting or meeting after that, we will figure out the alternates for regional planning, and then we will move forward on that. So, thank you, everyone. Sorry for the delay in that, and Commissioner Rodriguez-Elkins, I appreciate, we appreciate the fact that you stepped up to the plate on that, but since you sit on all these other boards, it's unfair to you to burden you with that as well.
Well, I appreciate that.
And we appreciate
I
it.
only volunteered because I wasn't sure anybody else wanted to.
Thank you, we appreciate
I'm
it.
appreciative of you are.
Thank you for doing that, we appreciate that. Okay, so moving forward.
I have
we-
trouble saying no.
We'll help you say no.
Thank you.
So moving forward, are we gonna do number 9, announcements? I don't know that we have any. Do we have any? Do we want to do it?
No, I think we're
No,
doing
I
that
think we already
under-
covered
Under
that.
10 with staff
Well,
comments
let's,
after public comment. But I don't
Let's
know if
open
there
up,
are any.
then we're gonna move to public comment again.
good
Whoa,
to
let's
me.
do that one. Anybody wishing to make public comment, please step forward. Okay, we're gonna close public comment because I know that there's nobody in the audience that's wishing to make that one. Staff announcements and comments. Any?
No, ma'am.
Oh, see, I told you we were gonna be easy on you, sir. Commissioner comments and announcements. Anything? Wow. We are adjourned, people. Ha.
It's like